Доброго дня. Ми продовжуємо серію наших вебінарів. Я хочу представити
Hello everyone. We continue our webinar series. Let me introduce Valery Yakovenko, co-founder of Drone.UA, and me, Serhii Silin, brand manager of Ecoflow.
Тому сьогодні намагаємось зробити для вас.
I know that last time we had some troubles with the sound, so today we will make it better. Valery, say hello. We will test the sound on you. Hello. Last time you suggested using microphones, so today we have them, and the sound is really much better. Should be better. We will get better with each series. We will get stronger, better, and the quality of our webinars will become better, and I want to greet everyone who's with us today. And because of the troubles with the sound last time, let's announce that today we will make a giveaway, a small gift, and please tell what our audience should do to get it. Okay, in comments to this stream, please leave a question or a comment for us to answer. What we have for you here is a very good quality ecological bag from Ecoflow, and the person who will be the first to tell us there is something wrong with our stream of video will get it. This is absolutely normal, and we will be grateful for your comments, which will help us to get better. It seems like we already have the first comment, but it says the sound is top. Well, write that there is something wrong, something you don't like. Maybe the settings, Serhii, or myself. Okay, well, last time we tried to explain you the ways Ecoflow can be used, give you some interesting and useful information. Today we're going to talk about using Ecoflow systems from the point of view of business. In other words, how you can organize or optimize your working place outside of your office or even directly in the office. Okay, your bag is all white. Okay then. Thank you, Ignis. The back is you, I guess, or no. Okay, maybe, we'll see. We'll see, look at the next, the following comments. Please stay with us during the whole webinar. Today we will get a lot of interesting information, and now we will give you some general info about Ecoflow, because last time we had problems with the sound, and we couldn't get the information right. What is Ecoflow, why we should use it, and why this is really a great system. Please show our presentation. Here you see some brief information about the history of Ecoflow. The company was started in 2016. They became a founder of an ecosystem of technologies which help to store energy. And now they are the leaders in this industry. We are here, together with Ecoflow, present these products at the Ukrainian market. And already this year, the ecosystem in Ukraine, people who work with this brand and technologies is more than 1,000 people. And this is a foundation. The foundation to create something new, like a good quality power station which can power the whole building. I'm not even talking about phones or kettles. I'm talking about the houses where you can create comfortable conditions for living and working. This is a base, which helps the product to continue its development and create new working places. The modern world continues its development, and from our slide we see that in 2017 and 18, Ecoflow launched its first portable power station. It was River product line, which is not very powerful, but of a supreme quality. And in 2019, the new product was launched. It was Delta line, for 1260 watt per hour, and it was a breakthrough because it could give up to 1800 watt, and it was really great. I'm sorry, but I would say that the real breakthrough was in 2021 when Delta Pro Max, Delta Pro Mini were launched. Because in combination with the powerful portable solar panels starting from 110 to 400 watt, and they could be actually combined up to 1600 watts and connected to one station. This is really an energy independence. And a breakthrough in Ukraine started in October last year when Ecoflow started its active sales in Ukraine. And it was actually to the Drone.UA company, by the way. What can you say about Ecoflow sales starting from October last year till now? This is one of the most important products at the market. This is an ecosystem that has left behind all the dynamics of the development of such alternative energy methods like diesel generator or some other power sources, not storage systems. And actually now we see technological leap. This is one of the most impressive growth that we ever seen. And it's not only a Ukrainian story. Ecoflow increases its presence at other world markets significantly, like 10 times in a year. And this is a good sign that these technologies are in due time. Now we can show the stations present at the Ukrainian market.
Ні, це напрямки, якщо можна, наступний
slide, please.
Ось якраз вся лінійка портативних зарядних станцій Ecoflow, які є в Україні.
Here is the line of portable power stations present in Ukraine.
Які щодня
Those stations are really great.
До речі, на сьогодні
and each day the sales in Ukraine increase. Today, Ecoflow is present in 83 countries of the world. Ukraine has become the 79th which sells its products, and each year the sales are 10 times increased. This is definitely true for Ukraine as well.
Добре, тоді трошки я пропоную розказати ще про наші портативні зарядні станції.
Then I want to tell a little more about our portable power stations. Next slide, please.
Це 4 станції.
This is a product line Ecoflow River. 4 stations. Some of them you can see here right now on our tables. This is Ecoflow River Mini. In front of me, and this is River, just simple River that with the help of additional battery can be increased to River Max, but it's really a very good station. By the way, River is the leader in sales in Ukraine. It's most frequently bought. Tell me please, how many Starlink can be powered from this station? 6 hours. I mean, 6 hours of continuous work for Starlink can be powered from this station. Wow. Let's look at the next slide. Here is the product line of River. You see River, River Mini, River Max, and River Pro. You can add additional battery to River Pro and increase its capacity in 2 times. And talking about capacity, River Mini has 210 watt per hour, River 288, River Max 576, and River Pro 720 watt per hour. This is just briefly about River product line. And also briefly about Delta product line. Those are more professional and powerful stations which allow to power the whole house or mobile office. Right. On the next slide, you can see the comparison, and the product line is also presented by similar products like Delta, Delta Mini Pro and Max, and 2 of them, Delta Max and Delta Pro, can increase capacity due to the additional batteries. For example, if Delta Max has 2016 watt per hour, you can connect 2 batteries and increase its capacity up to 6 kilowatts. And Delta Pro, which has 3.6, you can increase up to 12 3 times, I guess, up to 11 kilowatts. And our next webinar will be about solar panels used to power the house, and we will show you the video of its installation and how this house functioned using exclusively solar energy. And one battery Ecoflow Delta Plus. So this is an announcement of this product. Yes, this is the first case when the private house functioned exclusively on the solar energy using the Ecoflow battery. Cool. I guess next year in Ukraine there will be around 3,000 of such houses, don't you think? I think it will be even more. Why not? Why only 3? Well, maybe more. Well, because now we have only one. But when businesses will see how they can power not only their houses but also their enterprises, those cases will be much more frequent. Okay, then a couple of more words about our products, because except for the portable power stations of Ecoflow, we also have solar panels 110, 116 and 400 watt, but last week we received one more very unique panel for 220 watt, which has two sides and both sides generate energy. How is it possible as one of its sides lays on the ground? No, it's tilted at 45-degree angle and the light reflections goes from the lower part as it has white case also, and it adds 25% of additional energy compared to an ordinary solar panel. Oh, that's incredible. Yes, this is the future, new technologies. Okay, getting back to our presentation. Next slide, please. Last month, Ecoflow generator was presented at the Ukrainian market, and the first generators were already sold here in Ukraine. So we are looking forward for the feedback from our clients who will share their positive experience with us. Also, in the internet, you may find 2 video reviews on this product thanks to companies Epicenter and Storgom, which became our partners, and they have made video reviews on our wonderful generator. I want to draw your attention to products video reviews, which you may find on our channel. Those videos are made in partnership with our friends, companies which joined our ecosystem in developing the industry of energy generation and storage, and this is a really great example. I know that many of our existing and future partners probably are watching us right now. Follow this example of such companies as Epicenter or Storgom. Due to these reviews, they understand the product better. They get the sense of this product and can show it to the public.
І фактично ми з радістю надамо ці продукти на огляди для того,
щоб we will gladly give you those products for the review so that you could understand them better and present them to your audience. Follow the example of Epicenter and Storgom. The guys are really great. A very good suggestion, Valery. Really, if you have your own YouTube channel with a number of followers and you aim to create an energy ecosystem in Ukraine, you're welcome. We're always here for you, and together we can not only show some advantages of Ecoflow products, but also build a normal energy system in Ukraine.
Будь ласка, ми завжди тільки раді. Що ж, я прошу тоді ще повернутися
до презентації для того, щоб ми закінчили. Це
на наступний слайд.
Let's get back to our presentation.
Включення нашого
And here on the next slide you can see the connection process of Ecoflow generator to Delta Max and Delta Pro.
Ось це частинка майбутнього, Валер. Оце майбутнє Ecoflow.
This is actually the future of Ecoflow. This is a smart home panel of Ecoflow. Thanks to this panel, you can connect 2 Delta Pro to the house, and that would be our next video review because it will arrive in Ukraine next week. Yes, this is the first
панелей
product
для розумного будинку.
in the line for smart
Я хочу сказати, що
homes.
це роботизація
But
екосистеми
also, I
всередині
want to
будівель,
mention that
всередині
this is
офісів,
robotization
можливістю
of the
контролю,
processes
можливістю
inside the
трекінгу
houses and
використання
offices with the
електроенергії
ability to
та
control
задання
and
якихось
track the energy uses.
режимів використання, коли, наприклад, ви
You can also set up smart modes of usage, like, for example, when you can use only night tariff for Ecoflow system, or distribute the energy according to your consumer groups, depending on your needs.
робити онлайн зі смартфону і дуже
You can do this online simply using your smartphone. My idea is that such approach to using and programming your own energy consumption is definitely smart, and we can't wait seeing the development of these systems here in Ukrainian realities. Yes, we will definitely show this. I guess for many of you who plan to put solar panels in the houses to ensure the sustainability supply of alternative energy, this will be a good case for you to understand how it works and install it your own place. Getting back to the presentation, Ecoflow Smart Panel, the way it works, and it can really be a backup copy for your house. Well, this is the end of the first part of our presentation. I can see plenty of questions already. And here you go, Valery. The only negative we have up to now, no woman among the hosts.
Насправді, її немає серед ведучих, але чудова жінка Зоряна.
No woman among the hosts, but in the reality here is our great colleague Zorana who helps us. Maybe we can invite her to say hi, well, maybe next time. But talking about women and guests, Valery, you promised that we will conduct each webinar bi-weekly, not only about Ecoflow, but about other Drone.UA products. So, Valery, maybe you could mention the directions or areas that we'll be using during these webinars. Well, there is actually a lot, but now I guess the most relevant would be not only the energy safety, but also food safety. And today we're working on some really important directions. In general, helping the economy of Ukraine, creating new ecosystems and helping Ukrainian entrepreneurs move forward. I guess all of you will see those opportunities by joining our initiative. Twice a week, we are conducting such webinars, so please set a memo not to forget to join Drone.UA to get the new information about Ecoflow and other products and activities we can offer. Now this is a very strong, good channel with lots of useful content where you can also get some prizes. Like gifts, like today. I guess we have, we have Dmitry Lisovsky who gets the bag. He's asking whether we can have our webinar in HD format. Well, we will become better each week, and in a year it's gonna be hard to recognize us. It will be a TV channel streaming to some satellite. Well, I'm just kidding. We will put Starlink here and can have a webinar from any part of Ukraine.
Я запропонував, щоб все-таки ми перейшли до загальної теми нашого сьогоднішнього вебінару.
Now I offer to get to the formal part of our webinar, to the general part of the webinar, which is using portable power stations for organizations and optimization of working places. And while we are waiting for the next slide,
наскільки взагалі ти вважаєш організація робочого місця поза офісом,
Valery,
наскільки це
in your opinion, is it a problem in Ukraine to organize a working place outside the office? Well, I wouldn't call it a problem because people can work from everywhere at any time. But there are some critical points like connection, some adequate conditions to ensure physical comfort, or power supply.
Це наявність живлення. І саме про живлення ми повинні робити сьогодні акцент, тому що це є основою для всіх інших джерел.
And about the power supply, we are going to be talking today, because it is the basis for other sources such as air conditioners, Starlink, or any other system which can be connected to Ecoflow battery. And the storage stations are the center of Ecoflow system of the future remote working places. And it is important to mention that Ecoflow can help with any power supply at any place. Yes, that's true, because Ecoflow can be multiplied due to the additional batteries, product lines, getting very powerful stations and additional sources of energy supply due to the solar panels. Well, plenty of different features. On this slide, by the way, you can see the directions we will discuss today, but there is an enormous quantity of such directions in Ukraine. And if your business is not on the list, for example, but you are using the principles we're going to discuss today, you will see how you can organize your own business. And I want to know about your business, and it is critical for us to know about this business type, because we can advise you the best decisions from Ecoflow, and we will be happy to continue communicating with you. As an example of a new type of business which can power its operation using Ecoflow products. Yes, if you want, please feel free to contact us. We will do our best to help you. We want to help you, really. On this slide, you can see a mobile office for one person or for a team. These are the examples that show you that a person can easily work from any place on Earth without any connection to a standard office place. It can be an office for one person or 5 to 10 people. Given the situation in Ukraine, those offices become quite spread now, because people are getting back to their homes, to their working places, and not always they can fully function. But it's our task to help them. We need to get back this entrepreneur initiative, so typical for Ukrainians, and sometimes something we can be proud of. Our entrepreneurs in Ukraine are very active, and we need to help them supply energy, for instance. And even if you are working from home, your family can be near, which is not convenient sometimes, and you need to set up your own working place. And on our next slide, we can give you an approximate calculation of energy consumption by such office for one person. One office worker uses some standard appliances such as a laptop, a phone, Wi-Fi router, tea or coffee maker, of course, and lighting, if we're talking about evening hours. And to ensure the energy supply for those appliances, we need one River Pro station and a solar panel for 220 watt. Will that be enough to ensure a full-time working day? Yes. This sounds like fantastic. This is a reality, because thanks to the sunny or even cloudy weather, 720 watt, and the sun can fully supply power for this list of appliances. The important fact is that Ecoflow station can work for charging and discharging simultaneously. So it receives the solar energy from the sun and immediately can give this energy to the consuming appliances. This is very convenient, because you don't have to change any cables, you just plug it and it works. It can work in a non-stop mode, and even when the battery is off, the sun will help you.
Навіть якщо розрядилася батарея, от ви працювали прикладом там до 12-ї ночі, да, світло горіло,
if the battery went dead, for example, you work till 12 p.m. with the light on, like you, Valery, for example, you work till 3 or 4 a.m. and then the new day comes, we connect the solar panels to our portable power station, and you can work the next day without any problems. This is a mini office for a long time, not only for a day. You can work there day after day from any place. This is really great, and this station can work in such powerful mode for more than 2 years. And the working capacity of this station will decrease only for 20%. Okay, you will ask me, it's good for one person to ensure the sufficient energy supply, but the office can be much bigger. And we have the answer for those decisions, and here is our next slide, with an example of quite a large office for 5 people. But it can really be an office for 10, 15 or even 20 employees. Here, if we're talking about 5 people, we have a need for 5 laptops, their phones, 1 or 2 routers, tea or coffee maker, which will be used more frequently now, and lighting. And for this quite a large mobile office, we actually need only 1 Ecoflow station, Delta Max, and 2 batteries to go with it. Thus, we will have 6 kilowatt and 2 solar panels for 400 watts, which can charge our station and batteries and supply this energy for sufficient office operation. This is a real case, and it doesn't matter if it's 5 or 25 people, Ecoflow can ensure the sustainable office operation. Of course, if the number of workers is bigger, all you need is to take another station Delta Pro Max and provide workplaces. Valery, maybe you can add a couple of words regarding the work of such offices. Well, first, all of this is a working model, and it is an option for our Ukrainian reality, because agricultural workers, for example, or some other workers who perform under difficult conditions, they need energy power for the whole team, not only for themselves. So it means you need to help to provide them with power stations from Ecoflow, and it is great to know that only 1 station can ensure the needs of the whole community. This is an option. This is really great, and I know you built an office for the mining plant this winter. Yes, this was one of our cases when we worked outside with one of our partners, and we were testing such mobile offices. And you know, it was a real discovery for me to know how many people need help in organizing working space, because there is a need in mobile offices and other transportation, especially at large enterprises. There even was an issue to get the energy supply for an office located like 3 or 4 kilometers from the central office, and they had to set up the line for energy supply. Well, this has no sense, because to set up a line to buy all this stuff, record everything, document everything, it's extremely time-consuming and crazy. Yes, and using fuel or gas generators also is quite problematic. You need need to get everything in place, maintain, and it's extremely loud. You just need to understand that there is a decision which is much more simple. So this year we will see an increase in this area as well. Well, we'll see. Let's hope. And let's look at the next slide. This is a mobile hospital which can be relocated from place to place depending on the needs in Ukraine. Sadly, it's one of our history pages right now in Ukraine, but Ecoflow can provide the power station to ensure the operation of such hospitals. So far as I know, many hospitals in Ukraine already use a large amount of Ecoflow stations and products. And this is not the question of some concept. And now Ukrainian mobile hospitals already using Ecoflow super powerful energy stations.
Але ми говоримо все-таки про те, що організація подібних мобільних
This was one of the ways to help Ukrainians, but we are emphasizing here that the organization of such hospitals is one of the ways you can organize your working space.
Теж можна використовувати
Look at the next slide.
Щоб забезпечувати живленням, проводити певні презентації.
You see the conference hall, mobile conference hall, which can also be used equipped with Ecoflow stations to conduct meetings or conferences right where you need it.
Це виглядає фантастично.
Це реальність, насправді.
Добре.
And you shouldn't invite people in the middle of nowhere. It's fantastic. Actually, it's our reality. Well, next slide, please. This is for our agricultural industry. As Valery has already mentioned, for agrarians sometimes there is a need to organize a workplace right in the field, which is actually their office. And to supply energy to those places, they need those small, but our stations to help them.
В Україні агронапрямок – це
now please show us, as I want to apply to our agrarians. In Ukraine, agriculture is one of the most important industry. Agro is a strategy for our state. Agricultural industry forms our strength economically, and it employs thousands and millions of Ukrainians.
З'являються нові челенджі, якісь нові визови.
Each year this industry faces new challenges.
Року, коли стало питання зважування транспорту, що експортує
And when last year there was an issue in weighing trucks which deliver harvest from the field on the state road, there was a question of the right or correct weight, not to ruin the roads that are built and will be further built.
Зважувати автомобілі перед виїздом на дороги загального призначення. Це можна робити за допомогою пересувних
So there was a need to weigh the machinery before they enter general roads. It can be done with the help of portable stations, which can weigh the trucks on the fields, and those stations have to be managed. So you actually need to be in the field to monitor all the documents, reports, perform all the control at the place.
Дистанційно це не завжди можливо робити. Так ось, вже минулого року кілька десятків станцій було
So my point is that the last year a dozen of mobile offices were organized according to this model.
Будуть працювати енергонезалежно.
And this year I guess it will be hundreds or even thousands working places that will be working independently, energy independently. And this is only agricultural industry I'm talking about. So dear agrarians, when you have a need to work in the field, please come to us. We will help you organizing your working places.
Ті ж самі групи, які виїжджають на охорону, наприклад, того ж поля. Можна встановити камеру
Yeah, and actually it's not only about trucks. The same goes with the security of the field. You can put cameras which will be working 24/7, and if we are talking about demo fields, and you don't need to monitor them continuously, you install Ecoflow stations, put some indicators, and you have video control and security at the place. I agree 100%. And also, you are free in choosing a location for your demo field. Not necessarily should it be right where the energy stand is or pole is, but it can be any place you want. Also, very agricultural theme is demo fields and field days. And you can organize those events with Ecoflow. It will be quiet. You will not hear the loud sound of the generator. You can be any place you want, and this is so comfortable that when you try it once, you will never again organize an office, a field day without a couple of Ecoflow stations. I know that you can talk about agro-industry eternally. Oh, yes, I love agro, but our time is limited, so next slide, please. Here, I want to talk about organizing workplaces at really hard-to-get places. Here, we can talk about the representatives of forestry industry or fishing industry who need to be present at a definite place and monitor the situation. They need to have internet and transmit the data in the real time. They need to install video cameras, and I guess our nice drawings show you how it can be done thanks to the solar panels and Ecoflow. Those are not drawings. This is a real case how the workplace can look like in the field. Oh, yes, next slide, please. Well, maybe not the right time for Ukraine, but, well, I knew you would put this into the presentation. Yes, but you can put it anywhere you want, like on the Dnieper, for example, or water reservoirs. Well, I have another storyline where it is not possible to put an energy pole to supply energy in the water. Simply impossible to do it in the water. Just imagine that you want to organize an office place, a workplace, and a relaxing zone in the water. You don't even need to be close to the shore to get those cables. Just sail where you want and work, relax, because energy is with you all the time. You can use it for yourself, for your team.
Я би дуже радив розглянути цю картинку для нашого офісу. І оскільки ми, можливо, плануємо
it may be even 10 office workers. Valery, I suggest that we should look at this option for our office, and since we plan getting bigger, let's say our marketing department can work like this on the Dnieper, right? This is a great idea for the business whose personnel doesn't want to sit in the office. No problem, you put them in the office, but send them somewhere. Now they can work 24/7. Okay, our next slide, please. It also shows a place where traditional energy is impossible to get. So it's just unreal. You know, I want to say that modern world is moving forward and refusing using mining materials. Instead, it tries to use more of the renewable energy sources. And when we talk about the energy generated by sun and wind, it is important to store it. And if you have a location which is incredibly beautiful, modern and important, that to spoil it with the noise of generator would be simply a crime.
Фізично неможливо прокласти живлення. Будь ласка,
That's why if you are living in the mountains, let's say, where it is simply impossible to get power supply, please, generators are the past already. They can be generators from Ecoflow as a quiet backup power supply, but the basis should be a big power station aimed for storing energy, such as Ecoflow Delta Max, Delta Pro, using LFP batteries, which can give you a guaranteed energy supply as 3,500 cycles for 10 years ahead, with all guarantees and batteries, degradation only for 20%. This gives you an opportunity to build a good quality ecosystem around the system of energy storage, and your dreams can come true. Your home can be located anywhere you want. And as for me, this is an ideal location. Well, I guess many people who live in Carpathian Mountains, when they see this picture, they understand that they can organize their space in this way. It can be a little house in the mountains to live or rent, or it can be a place for the office. Well, not only we have Carpathian Mountains, but we have mountains in Crimea. We will open offices there as well. Yes, I agree. And next slide, please. If we're talking about a large enterprise or a very hard to get places like a mining plant or oil refinery, you can also provide energy power using Ecoflow products. Okay, I only have jokes about mining companies because of yesterday's events, right? Yes, but you know, now we have an understanding that Ecoflow stations can be installed anywhere you want. Solar panels, portable power station, and no problems at all. Well, let's get back to the questions then. I have two questions left from our previous webinar. They came through Facebook and we couldn't give a quick answer then. So one very good question is, can you charge your car with Ecoflow? Yes, we did it. We charged Tesla, Nissan Leaf, BMW i3 and Citroën IMP.
Круте рішення, коли вам потрібно подорожувати і ви хочете мати невеличкий резерв для
And this is a really good decision when you want to travel and have some backup to feel safer. Like imagine when we used to do, we used to have, well, even now, we do this now. You go somewhere and you take 2 tanks of gas fuel with you because you are not sure whether you can make it to the gas station. So here Delta Pro or Delta Max Plus solar panels can be really good. You just make a stop and charge your car. This is absolutely real and possible with Ecoflow. That was the first question. What is the second? Will it be possible in the future to use additional batteries for different models of Ecoflow stations? For example, to connect Delta Pro to Delta Max or vice versa? I will answer this question. Well, functionally, there are plugs to do this, so physically you can connect those stations. But the ecosystem is built on the principles of sustainability and guaranteed workflow. And the manufacturer recommends using additional batteries exclusively for those models that you have. Thus, mixing batteries now is not recommended. But if we're talking about the future, the stations will become more universal and the producer will make it possible for you to create your own ecosystem mixing the stations you have. Totally agree. Okay, let's get back to today's questions. Valery, Valery. The question for you: Ecoflow compared to UPS. Can it be used in this way? A very good question. Look, this is a device which instead of UPS can be connected to your computer or server. So you use it for charging and discharging. It takes energy and distributes it like a transit without using the battery working cycle. If the light goes off, from here, with a delay in 10 milliseconds, you will get the power. About 95% of users will not even notice there is no power supply from the outside. The battery will react very quickly, and even the service can be switched on an independent energy mode. So thanks to this device, UPS is not actually needed. I want to add that we can talk here not only about computers. In the house where you have different appliances, switching between the stations is also very quick without any problems. It catches up the energy and continues powering your appliances. So yes, it is possible. Next question is for you as well, Valery. Is it possible to buy Starlink at Drone.UA? I tried to discuss this question directly with Elon Musk's mom, but unfortunately last time she didn't come to Lviv, so she spoke online, so I couldn't ask her directly. But for the number of Starlink present right now in Ukraine, Elon made a decision to sell them by himself. He started a company. They sent a business offer to key market players in this area. On the 3rd of March, we received an offer from SpaceX for cooperation, and now we can say that a large number of Starlinks, which are in Ukraine right now, work on Ecoflow stations from Drone.UA and the ecosystem of our partners. And this is something I'm really proud of, because we actually help in an extremely important area, connection supply. If we're talking about buying Starlink, it should be done through SpaceX website. It can be done in a couple of clicks. The price is not high, and now there is a discount during 120 days. You are not paying for a digital signal from the start of installation. And they perform great with Ecoflow stations.
Відповів, добре. І наступне питання, мабуть,
вже
до мене.
And next question for me. What is generator's fuel consumption? I can say that the literage of our fuel generator is 4 liters. It can work for 3.5 hours with maximum return 1,800 watt. At 1,900 watt there might be some troubles. So it's 5 kilowatt of energy that you have from 4 liters of fuel. So it's 1.5 kilowatt per liter of fuel. Well, this is quite interesting. How many appliances can be connected to Ecoflow station at one time? Well, what is it, 12? Well, actually it depends on the model. With the small River Mini you can connect 9 appliances at a time. If we are talking about large Delta Max, you can connect 13 appliances at a time. But I will share a secret. You can simply take an extension cord, plug it in, and connect one more. But please don't tell anyone, that's a secret. Yes, I'm waiting for pictures and videos from our colleague who received Delta Mini, a small power station, and he promised that he will connect about 40 mobile phones to charge at one place. Tell me please, well, okay, let's see, let's wait, and we will show it in our next webinar sometime, okay? Okay, the question about the price. The model is not stated here, but as for the prices, you can visit DroneUA website or Ecoflow Ukraine. All the prices are updated. The only thing I can say that 4 models are on sale right now till July 13, and you can get River Mini with the cable-free charger, or Delta Mini or Delta Max with a discount of 1500 or 1300. I have a little request. Please visit not only DroneUA or Ecoflow websites, but also visit Epicenter, Rosetka, Moyo, Comfy. Everyone who joined the ecosystem of partners, choose the one with the largest assortment and make an order. Ask questions, search. Recently, Ibis joined our network, a reputable store for fishing and hunting, as well as other very good stores. Ecoflow family and our ecosystem allows to grow each day.
Фактично збільшується щодня. І мені здається, що нам потрібно,
And I guess that we need a charger.
Або передати вам станцію Ecoflow.
Well, what? Are we out of light?
Так. Яку ми будемо передавати?
А що, в нас світла немає? Ну, давайте підключимося всі, просто все до Ecoflow.
Well, we can connect to Ecoflow and everything will be just fine.
Ми продовжуємо, і те, що сказав Валерій, я просто можу лише тільки додати, якщо ви
I want
хочете
to
стати
add
нашим партнером,
that
якщо
if you
ви
want to
хочете
become
продавати
our
у своїх
partner,
мережах,
if you
або
want
у
to
своїх
sell
онлайн-магазинах
Ecoflow
Ecoflow,
products, please
будь ласка,
visit our
заходьте до
Facebook
нас
page.
на нашу
There is a
сторінку у
form you
Фейсбуці,
need to
там
fill
є
in.
форма, ви можете її заповнити і, будь ласка, працюйте.
And you're welcome to work with us.
Добре, і до інших тоді питань. Так,
Okay,
чи можна зробити
next
трансляцію
question.
з поля?
Is it possible to make a stream from the field? Question from Roman. Of course, we can do this, yes, and it will be very soon, and you will see how simple it can be. Okay, vacation should also be organized at one of those places. This is probably a reference to one of the pictures. Do you have openings at the marketing department? Yes, we do. We have someone like...
з мережі до електроприладів за допомогою станції. Оце теж дуже класне питання.
Is there a possibility to even voltage fluctuations of appliances with the help of power stations? Also a very good question. You should
включити і підключити збоку.
Just reminder, you should turn in,
включіть, будь ласка,
turn it on and connect from the side.
Подати електроенергію на
turn the bottom at the side to supply the power to the outlet network. Okay, everything is working great.
Так, да. Тому оце питання дуже класне, тому що реально у нас в мережі
this is a very good question, really, because in our network we do have problems with the quality of energy. We already tried to connect Ecoflow a couple of times, and we saw that voltage which goes from the network can fluctuate from 190 to 240 volts. But thanks to Ecoflow, the outlet from the socket will be always 220 volts. Yes, it's called pure sine wave, so there won't be any fluctuations because it evens the voltage which comes into the station. And this is really good for your appliances which you use at home. This is very simple and very important. Or office equipment, which is even more expensive.
Так, підкажіть, чи є якісь застереження, якщо рівер з 12 вольтним роз'ємом
заряджати? Are there any critical points if river with 12-volt outlet will be charged from 24-volt car cigarette lighter? No problems at all. Thanks to Ecoflow phone application, you can even set up 2, 4, or 8 ampere to the charger of the portable power station. And let's put it this way, if you're traveling for a long time, it's difficult to charge at 8 ampere because the element will be heated. If you set it up at 4 volt, you can drive for 8-10 hours and charge your station. Well, no problems. I like the question from Motor Stuff. By the way, Motor Stuff is one of the pioneers in ecosystem industry. They also make a lot of reviews, and we are grateful to our colleagues for joining us today. Okay, let's answer this question. When is the next webinar? Just at the end of this webinar, we will announce the next webinar, which will be on Friday. Okay, here is the question from Motostuff. Is it possible to use the smart functions of the generator automatic distance start without additional accessories? Yes, it is possible, and you should do this. Connecting the generator to Delta Pro or Delta Max, you can program in the phone application discharge up to 20% and charging up to 80%. So if the light is off, the power supply is performed through the portable power station. As soon as the battery charges to 20%, the generator automatically turns on. Charges the battery up to 80% and automatically turns off. That's why it's called smart generator. Yes, there is such a possibility. Next one, I offer to make more video reviews of the products. Yes, I totally agree, and I want to say that thanks to our friends and partners, starting from October last year, we issued more than 30 video reviews of Ecoflow products. You can find video reviews in different areas, either fishing or creating a workspace, home, or get as much information as you need. And also join us and make your own video reviews. What can you say about new product of Ecoflow Wave, and will it be present in Ukraine? Yes, it will be present. We are working on this. Yes, it will be in Ukraine. Well, it will be in Ukraine during a month. Starting from this moment, we will make a presentation of this product, test drives, and we will be working hard for such innovative products, and this is simply incredible. Would enter Ukrainian market no matter what. This is not easy to import this product, but we will do our best for it to be present on the shelves all over Ukraine. Epicenter Wave will be on your shelves. Okay, we have some questions from Facebook. How to use the stations in agro industry, we have covered this today. The prices of the stations, this info you can find at the Ecoflow website, Drone.UA, or our partners' websites, because we have a broad product line with a lot of additional devices, and to cover each of them will take like another hour. Okay. One more question. What problems can be solved with Ecoflow Smart Panel? Well, good question. Well, the problem of blackouts in your home or office, and the setting of smart modes when you want to use energy at daytime by night tariff. Do you give equipment for testing? Yes, please contact me on Facebook. We will discuss it. And yes, it is possible. Do you give or rent the equipment for video reviews? Well, we'll see. Contact me. We can discuss this as well. Yes, you can test it. Please contact me. I will let you know. Please direct message me. Okay, we're out of time now, Valery, and I want to thank everyone for help, and the next webinar will be on Friday. We will talk more about our Ecoflow products, about outlets, ports, etc.
Але крім цього, трошечки теж маленько розкрию
But
таку
also,
таємницю.
we will show you how you can easily install solar panel, connect your Delta Pro in your house, and live in this house without worrying about
не
blackouts.
переживати за відімкнення електроенергії.
Це енергонезалежність. Енергонезалежність.
This is energy independence from Ecoflow and Drone.UA. Please follow us, click the bell, join us. We want to be in touch with you, and please be active, and you will get some gifts from us. Also follow us on Facebook and Instagram. We have lots of information about the new products and other information as well. So thank you. Stay with us. Bye bye.